And when I woke up, I couldn't move my little finger. I was like, oh, I got no blood. What's happening?
I got no blood.
I got no blood. Hello, welcome back to WhatAreMovie. I am Tony.
And I'm Claire.
And we're back for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the Season 8 finale.
Woo!
Oh my god. We got through. There's been a lot of great episodes this season. It's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. Yeah, what will they end off with? What will it be?
Just got out with a bang.
So last series was the high school reunion double-parter. So that was it. Who knows? We shall see. This is Season 8, Episode 10. This aired on the 20th of December 2012. Directed by Richie Keane. And written by Charlie Day, Glenn Howerton, and Rob McElhenney. They're back again. They've wrote quite a few this season.
They have.
They've written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I feel like they
half of them.
I feel like they skimped out on writer costs.
I don't think
for set costs.
Maybe.
We've been a lot of places this season, you know.
Maybe. Yeah, but I don't think the quality's changed.
No.
I mean, that's what made this show, is them creating it and writing it, and they know
they've got to have the right. For a show like this, you've got to have the right flow to create.
They also know the characters so well at this point. Yeah. So, what do you want to see them do? Last time was The Gang Dines Out, which was amazing. Loved it.
Go shopping.
You said go shopping. Well, we'll see.
Very anticlimactic for a season finale.
Who knows? But that's the thing with the show. It's a comedy. You never know what they're going to do. It could be anything. So, but yeah, full reactions in the description. Your own copy to watch along. Just make sure to come back where we'll talk all about it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay, but now you make a right-hand turn.
Make a right turn. Okay, making a right.
Okay.
You should pass 3 fuzzy poles with blinking lights.
Fuzzy poles.
I haven't gotten there yet.
And great, you should be making a left turn here.
There's no left. You don't know where I am, Tate. The same way, Charlie, the same
This
way.
is a
You should pass 3 fuzzy poles with blinking lights.
terrible idea.
I passed the traffic signals.
Would you like it if I did this for you?
They're stuck, Charlie. I need you here. This tape isn't working.
What a terrible idea.
What's happening? Is he going to crash?
I'm sure many of you are wondering what's happening.
What, don't look like that. You eat your
my
cereal.
Pass 3
Look
fuzzy
at
poles with blinking lights.
Hold on, I'm blinking.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Dumb bitch.
Sure, no.
Why? Well.
Well,
It's so hard to understand. I believe that if I inseminated the right woman, our seeds could potentially, through an X-Men type genetic mutation, create a son capable of bending steel. That's completely insane. Do you understand the mutations that are already
I didn't cause any damages, Dennis.
Whoa.
Not to the exterior of my car. My interior is ruined. Guys, I'm sitting at a red light at a dead stop, and Frank rams into me out of nowhere. Now he's saying he's not going to pay for the damages. I mean, did you know that the man cannot see?
I can see. I got glasses. I just need new lenses.
The lenses are glasses.
Frank, if you were driving around without the use of sight,
None of the damages were my fault.
It sounds like all of the damages were
it's
yours.
going to be Charlie's fault.
how are we even talking about?
Dennis was eating a bowl of cereal.
What?
He was eating a bowl of cereal when I hit him. And those are the only damages to the car.
Well.
You're eating a
I mean, that's the right
of
reaction to that.
Yes.
While you were driving?
Yes. It's not that crazy. That's not what this is about.
well, it's a little bit about that.
I mean,
Actually,
he's...
it's a lot about
Yeah.
Come on. You know, I don't have to justify myself to you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you to court.
Oh.
Second, nobody needs to go to court. You don't want to go anywhere near a court. How many bench warrants for sexual misconduct do you have?
I'll probably...
Yeah. And Frank, how many unregistered guns are in your car right now?
Hold on.
I like where you're headed with this date, and we handled this little matter
In-house.
internally.
Ooh. That's...
Reynolds versus Reynolds. The serial defense.
We got ourselves a court case.
I didn't see this happening.
No, neither did Frank. I love that line. I just need new lenses. The lenses are what make the glasses work. Oh, so good. How is this going to go?
Take it over.
Okay,
Pretty official.
who
is the defendant in this matter?
That's not a statement.
Oh, he sees himself as a lawyer, doesn't he?
Irregardless.
He's in the
Who I am persecuting or who I'm defending?
Yeah, prosecuting.
Okay, let me just get this whole thing
His
right now.
words.
Stop treating this like it's a trial and like this is a courtroom.
Yeah, but the tables.
Yeah, but I was against that too. Okay, let's just
He's
present
not
the
happy.
facts to each other. That being said, Frank would be the defendant.
I'm not the defendant.
Hmm?
No, that implies that I am guilty.
He's right. If anyone's ever accused of anything, I
I
automatically
mean-
assume they're guilty.
That is a thing that happens.
Okay, I'll make Frank the defendant.
Hey, your car got hit by
He's
Oh my god, he's getting so angry.
Where have you been for the last 3 hours?
I have been making this.
What the hell is that?
It's a trial meter. I made little gavels with our names on it.
Aww,
and
that's
then
very
cute.
cute.
And at the end, whoever has the most
And there's
gavels.
a
Yeah.
fence that if you're on the fence.
It took you 3 hours to make that?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Nobody is going to want to use that because it's so stupid. We are dealing with a serious issue here. You imbecile.
Oh.
Don't be an imbecile. Okay, my property is at stake. What are you doing? Not that we're using this stupid thing, but don't start doing that because
I
you're going
like what he did there. I'm gonna prove my guy.
to... Why? Why? We haven't presented any facts yet.
Okay.
No, well, don't everybody start moving their gavels over
This
to the
is
side. We haven't
backfiring.
Okay, well, good. At least you have
Not
the
completely
common sense
backfire.
on
As your representative in this matter, I didn't have much of a choice. My hands were
your side.
tied.
No, you're not my representative. It's an open and shut case, and anybody who can't see that is a savage and an idiot.
Okay.
Oh
I
my
would like a
god.
5 with my client, please.
Are you gonna want a 5,
I'd
counselor?
like to take a 5, yes.
All right.
Stop
Allow it.
talking like this goddamn.
He's losing his mind.
No, you're not.
Can I be the bailiff?
You are not anything.
I'll allow it.
No one is anything. I'm gonna scratch everybody's eyes out of their
Oh my
sockets.
god. Scratch everyone's eyes out of their sockets, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, common sense would tell you that eating a bowl of cereal
It's
while operating a
pretty
car is
stupid.
it's reckless. It's moronic. One might even call
Who
it
is at the bar?
donkey brained.
Donkey brained.
Have the brains of a donkey or a donkey type creature.
Yeah. I think I know what it means. But if anything, donkey brain to drive around without the use of your vision.
You do admit that someone who makes foolish decisions could be considered
Okay.
donkey brained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
I kind of see what he's saying.
All right. When you were a boy, you were admitted into a mental
We
Oh,
heard
no.
about
institution. Correct.
That's correct. It was discovered that I wasn't mentally disabled.
Oh.
They let me go with the proper paperwork, clearing me of everything.
I would like to add that the evidence are
Reed Mental Institution hereby decrees Frank Reynolds to not have donkey brains.
Official donkey brain on
That sound
right
effect.
here in plain English. Frank, would you like to clear this up for everybody?
Well, all the kids in the neighborhood knew I got sent upstate. They started calling me Frankie Donkey Brain. And it was great. So I got my mommy to drive me back
My
up to
mommy.
where they signed this official certificate exonerating me of all donkey brains.
Yeah. Great. What does this have to do with anything?
Oh, well, Dennis, if by your own admission someone who has donkey brains could be considered reckless or moronic or idiotic, and my client Frank here has a state-issued certificate clearing him.
I get his.
The messed up logic.
Do you have any such certificate? What? Well, we don't want a donkey on the road eating cereal. We know Frank's not a donkey. How do we know you're not a donkey brain man?
Why would I have a certificate?
You don't have a certificate?
This is a very good
It's not
case.
on me.
The defendant will answer the question.
The defendant. I'm not the defendant.
Just answer the question. No further questions. Oh, why? You don't have a certificate. I mean, you know, what else are we supposed to? May have donkey brains. I don't know.
We can prove that they're not donkey brained except for him.
certificate.
Oh, bullshit.
It's not going well.
It's not.
Donkey
Donkey brain case.
Would you like a glass of wine?
Yeah, all right.
Hey, you can't do
Oh,
that!
I'm so
very
sorry.
rude.
Oh, whoopsie. See, I bashed into Frank. My fault, Frank. I will pay for all the damages. Case closed.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, you got me. You know, I'm on Dennis's side now. He convinced me.
Hold on
What?
1 second, though, Charlie. Frank assumed responsibility for a potential spill the second he took the wine.
Ah.
He's right. I knew the risk.
So in this circumstance,
It's a big risk.
it would appear that Frank is at fault. And therefore, in the car, Dennis is at fault. I am on Frank's side, case closed. I pushed it. I pushed
You nailed it.
I love how easily swayed.
Credibility? You're interested in credibility? I would like to call my next witness, Mac.
Oh.
Oh.
Judge Bailiff.
So, Mac, you seem... In your opinion, it carries a lot of weight around here.
I'm a tastemaker around here. Pretty much what I say goes. And I've decided that Frank is the winner.
Charlie, you find Mac's arguments to be credible and convincing.
Yeah, he makes a lot of good points. He's a good
Yeah.
judge. And
Yeah.
he's an even better bailiff.
Aww.
So if you find Mac's arguments to be so credible, why is it that you disagree on the subject of superhumans?
Well, we don't.
Well,
That's
Mac, if your character isn't credible, then are your arguments?
Strike this line of questioning.
Overruled. Let her continue.
Do you or do you not believe that you could create a superhuman race through genetic mutation and evolution?
What difference does that make?
If you believe something that insane, then how could you be our tastemaker? How could we believe anything that you have to say? I'm gonna ask.
Wow. His face.
No. That's ridiculous, D. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You were just...
Joking with Charlie. That could never happen in the real world, D. That's like a comic book thing.
He's credible.
Well, there we go. You can't.
Nice.
Mac is the tastemaker.
Mac, why don't you believe that?
Oh, that's a silly question. Because evolution doesn't exist, of course. Because evolution is bullshit. It's not real.
God damn it!
Charlie's reaction was like,
You gotta make yourself credible again. We gotta stop with this. Your insane, crazy beliefs. Tell them that you believe in evolution.
Oh, come on, Frank.
What's
That's
the
ridiculous.
We got it. You want me to win?
Okay, Frank, for you, I will make myself credible in Charlie's eyes again, so you can win.
Aw,
Nice.
Just give me 15 minutes.
nice.
It's a long 15 minutes.
Finished.
They've all
Now,
fallen
this is all about
asleep.
making myself credible in your eyes again, and I'm going to do that by admitting that evolution is a lie.
God damn it.
Yes, please do. This is the evolution meter, and I've put God, the creator of everything, on the right side. And evolution went ahead and put you guys all on the fence, because of course you're going to hear out my argument.
What side are you on?
Eggheads. I'm just a regular dude.
Yeah.
I like to drink beer, you know? I love my family. Rock, flag, and eagle, right, Charlie?
Bro, flag and eagle.
See, Charlie?
You're not going to get us to not believe in evolution. Because the smartest scientists in the entire world all agree that it's real.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Well.
Because, Mr. Reynolds, science is a liar sometimes.
Oh boy.
Is Aristotle thought to be the smartest man on the planet. He believed that the Earth was the center of the universe, and everybody believed him because he was so smart.
Okay.
Galileo,
Yeah.
and he disproved that theory, making Aristotle and everybody else on Earth look like a bitch. Of course, Galileo then thought comets were an optical illusion. He was also wrong, making him and everyone else on Earth look like a bitch again. And then, best of all, Sir Isaac Newton blows everybody's nips off with his. Of course, he also thought he could turn metal into gold and died eating mercury, making him yet another stupid bitch. Are you seeing a pattern? These were all the smartest scientists.
Well.
Good point.
Only problem is they kept being wrong. Sometimes.
This is insane, you fool.
I'm a fool because I have more faith in the saints that wrote the Bible?
Yeah, because you just read the words of a bunch of guys that you never met, and you just take it on faith that everything they wrote was true.
And what makes you think what your scientists are writing is any more truer than my saints?
Because there are volumes of proven data, numbers, you know. There are fossil records.
Oh, fossil records. I didn't even think about the fossil records. I guess I'll concede. Oh, wait, one more thing before I do, Mr. Reynolds. Have you seen these fossil records?
Have I?
Huh? Have you poured through the data yourself? The
I
numbers,
mean,
the figures.
he's got an argument.
Yeah.
Oh.
You get your information from a book written by men you've never met. And you take their words as truth, based on a willingness to believe, a desire to accept, a leap of, dare I say it, faith?
I don't even know how I'm supposed to respond to that. Like,
the sound effect is so good.
Just answer the question. Sure. I rest my case.
He put up a really good argument. Well,
What?
who knows? Who knows?
Created a reason down. He makes you sound like a stupid science.
oh my god.
Science bitch. Oh god.
Wait. What are we even talking about? How do we get on evolution?
I mean, they've gone off the rails.
Yeah.
About that when you attacked Mac's character.
And by the way, Dee, why the hell do you give a shit about any of this anyway?
You don't know? You can't think of why I might like to set a precedent of responsibility for when someone's car is destroyed?
No.
Oh, of course.
Anybody else? Anybody?
I can't really think. Can you think of anything?
I'm blank.
Not ringing a bell for me.
Oh my
You guys have
god.
destroyed every single car that I have ever owned. And we've never had so much as a conversation about it, much as a trial.
Are you making that up?
That's so awful.
You goddamn sons of bitches! I'm going to destroy everything you own! You know what? I'm gonna end this.
I love the guy just sat at the
Yeah,
bar.
he's just
I
chilling.
still vote for Dennis.
Go to the fence.
Wow. That's no good.
If we learned anything today, you can't just take things based on faith. Only seeing is believing.
Wow, so we're gonna have a test.
guys. Yeah, man. No worries. Have a good one.
I like how you mentioned him.
I saw him at the beginning. I was expecting to be Uncle Jack. But I was like,
On a single drop, D, your precedent is set, and Frank, you pay for everything. Frank, if you can drive to our place and back without getting in an accident with me giving you directions, you can continue to drive
Okay.
as long as I'm in the car with you. Deal. All right.
Sounds like a good test.
Gazette, go!
Did he say it was a race?
No.
Why are they running? All right, steady.
Yeah, D, please prepare me a bowl of cereal.
We gotta see for ourselves how reckless this is.
Ah.
Hold it in one hand and drive with the other. Interesting.
I know.
Would you do this?
I'm gonna try this.
You're gonna try. I don't know if you should.
Once I'm stopped, and everything's
Oh, are
safe.
they gonna drive into them again?
Take a bite.
All right, here we go.
No. I've got Charlie.
Make a left.
Right.
Right?
Right
or left?
What they even say?
Dude, now we're alone.
There we go.
How do you hit me again?
It was Deandra's fault.
And she interrupted.
And she's butting in. She's butting
This is your fault. This is perfect. God, we were all here
There
to
you
witness
go.
it.
It's actually-
It was Dee's fault. She paid for the damage.
Oh.
Don't you dare. No. Okay, you know, I have an idea. Should we have a trial?
D will pay.
It's too many
Now
trials.
a trial for every person.
Let's just have her pay for it and be
Oh
done.
my god.
You son! God damn it!
Poor D. God damn it. There we go. I hope you're wearing the same clothes as last time.
you-
I'm definitely not. Right.
Didn't think that through, did you?
So that was.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
As you can see, this was a different day. We didn't get to do the
We
discussion.
stuffed our face with chicken.
Yeah. Where is my... Oh, here we go. I got the notes, though. And I just previously watched the episode. So, I should be up to date and remembering it all. It was Season 8, Episode 10. Reynolds vs. Reynolds, the Serial Defense.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Remember this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this one. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember how you feel about it.
Yeah, since watching this episode, I have tried out eating cereal while
in the car.
driving. And it's fine.
Yeah, but I hadn't been driving at the time. If I had been, I might have crashed into you.
This is where it worked out okay for me because you don't drive.
Yeah.
So you don't have the option of crashing and
I can actually
rear-ending
see
me.
though, unlike Frank. So you know.
I don't know
There
if
you
they
go.
even call it rear-ended in this. Like,
I
it's,
don't know.
that's the term used in the UK.
It sounds weird.
For crashing into the back of someone.
Someone's would have stopped the video like, I beg your pardon. But, yeah.
Rear-ending.
I love this episode. It's really good. Yeah, really fun, really crazy. It's kind of like a ridiculous solution they have to a kind of normal situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They go off and do a whole trial. I mean, even at one point...
And I learned a lot about evolution.
Yeah, exactly. Even at one point, Dee points out, it's like, this is crazy. You hadn't, like, a whole trial. But, yeah. But we start off with Frank driving.
Yes.
And he's driving along, and the GPS... Well, it's a voiceover we hear first.
It's like a recording of Charlie, isn't it?
He's like, you take a left, and then, he's like, okay, I got that. It's like, then you'll pass 3 blurry poles, the street signs. And then you should take a right. And Frank's like, I haven't even got there yet. Wait a second. He's like, this ain't working, Charlie.
This is like old-fashioned sat-nav.
He's like, this isn't working, Charlie. I need you here.
Yeah.
And then he's like rewinding it, fast forward it. It's not working. Yeah. And then we cut to... What do you think of that method? It's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like,
what if there was traffic?
Are you going the speed limit? Are you going under the speed limit? Are you driving too fast?
So bad.
There's a lot of variables.
That
play a part.
Yeah, very bad.
What if you go over a speed bump and it jumps your CD?
Do they have speed bumps in America?
I actually don't know.
Let us know. Who knows?
And I don't recall ever...
What, seeing one? Well, it might just be Philadelphia.
You've really made me
I've thrown you off, which is not a good idea.
Because of all like the TV shows you watch. I'm like, have I ever seen a speed bump on an American road? And I don't think I have.
Let us know. Anyway, Dennis is eating cereal.
Sorry, I'm just thinking...
He's driving, eating cereal. We're moving on.
Okay, I was just thinking
this isn't a speed bump.
All these little UK terms we're using today is going to confuse everyone about it.
This is an actual conversational speed bump.
He's at a stop sign, isn't he?
Yes, eating cereal.
Yeah.
Listening to someone on the radio.
Yeah.
He calls her like a silly bitch or something. I can't remember, like the woman. And then we see in the background a car approaching. And bang!
Yep.
Cereal everywhere. But
see, this didn't happen to me.
No. Our roads are safer. But it cuts to the pub.
Yep.
Where there's an argument going on between Mac and Charlie.
Yep.
With Dee involved. About, do you remember what they were arguing about? It's related to the evolution thing.
No.
Mac is saying through a series of genetic mutations and generations, I can
his offspring would be mutants.
They'd evolve so they can bend steel, and then Dee's like, no, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. She's like, Mac's like, you know nothing about genetic mutation.
That's when
they come in arguing, like, oh, it's your fault, it's no fault, and they're like, get this, everyone. Dennis is like, I'm at a dead stop at a stoplight. Yeah. Frank smacks into me and he will not pay for the damages. The man cannot see. Can you believe this?
Yeah.
And Frank is like, I can perfectly see fine. I've got glasses. I just need the lenses changed. And he's like, the lenses are what make the glasses work.
They are. So they're like damages to the car, and he's like, no, damages to the interior.
Frank is like, the only damages were to the... Because they're all like, well, Frank, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
But Frank's like, no, the only damages were to the interior of the car. Because Dennis was eating cereal.
Like a bowl of cereal.
And they were like, wait a second, what? You were eating cereal? It's like,
while at stop sign.
Well, they're all like, what? This is ridiculous. Yeah. What do you mean you're eating cereal?
It started this whole thing of he shouldn't be eating cereal, so if he was a normal person at a stop sign, the damages wouldn't exist, but he chose to eat the cereal.
Exactly, yeah. So
he should pay for it.
They're all like, we should go to court. I'm going to take him to court and do this. And they're like, oh, whoa. He's like, you don't want to go to court. Dennis, how many sexual assault charges have you got against you, from women? And he's like, for God's sake.
It's awful.
It is awful.
Absolutely awful.
And then, Frank, how many firearms do you have in your car right now? He's like, a lot. Yeah. It's like, so Charlie's like, we should do this in the house.
Yeah.
Have a trial.
And
then it cuts to title, Reynolds versus Reynolds. There we go, yeah. Here, they're sitting at their tables.
Yep, so Charlie is going to
represent
Frank, and Dee is representing Dennis, but not representing Dennis because Dennis doesn't need anyone to represent him.
You're doing very well remembering this.
Well, thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this is where...
But Charlie asks, so who is the defendant in there?
Yeah.
And
they
he's
can't
like, that's
agree
not
on
even a
who's
statement.
the defendant
Yeah.
because they're both
like, in this case, Frank
Yeah.
will be the defendant. He's like, oh no, I'm not the defendant.
because the defendant one is usually the guilty one.
You always
but
presume
I'm
they're
not-
guilty.
Yeah.
And even Dee's like, yeah, if someone's accused
Yeah.
of something, I always automatically assume they're guilty. And it's true, people
Yeah.
do that. And even when they get proven guilty, they don't ever
Yes.
fully get proven not guilty. They won't fully
Yeah.
recover.
You're still the person that got accused of something.
Exactly. It can ruin a person. And it's awful because some people get accused of things and it's a complete lie. And
Yeah.
that person sometimes, a lot of the time, faces no repercussions for that. It's absolutely disgusting. But
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
yes, Mac has finally come out.
Yes, he has taken on the role of judge. Hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he's like, I've done it. I'm ready. He's
Yeah.
like, this took you
5
I've got a
hours.
trial meter.
Yeah,
this took
5
you
hours.
5 or 3 hours. Was it
3
5?
hours, 5 hours, something
I think it was
like
3. But he's like,
So he's got
yeah.
like
He's got a little fence at the bottom.
fence for people that are on the fence,
Dennis
and then Dennis, Frank, and then
and
people
all their
can
little
move.
gavels.
Yep. So then they could move each other to wherever they wanted to go.
Yeah, and then Dennis is really laying into him. He's like, this is stupid. You're an idiot. No one's going to play along with this. And then Charlie moves over.
Yeah.
And then Mac like just looks at him, turns around and moves it
Yeah.
over to Frank. And then Dee gets up and Dennis is still ranting like, I
Yeah.
can't believe you guys. And Dee moves it over.
Yeah.
It's like, well, at least you have the common sense to do it. And
Yeah.
she's like, well, you know, as your legal counsel, I feel I'm obliged to do it. And he's like, you're not representing me. This is not... Yeah. This is... I don't know if this is the point where Dennis says it. Did they start talking about the trial meter now? I can't remember. But Dennis says, I will scratch all of your eyes out of your sockets.
Maybe.
Yeah, he gets so angry. This is when they call Frank to the witness stand. And they say how donkey-brained.
Oh, donkey brain, yes.
Yeah. He's like, so
I
Frank,
love this argument actually.
when you were a boy, you were put into a mental
Oh,
institution. Is that
I
correct?
panicked when this part came up because I was thinking, oh god, he's going to start crying. Because I was getting a flashback to the psychiatrist.
I like how it paid,
one.
like we got more of this even in the same season, yeah.
So he went to a special school.
Well, not even a school, it's an institution. Like,
Institution.
Yeah, like he's... And he's like... I like how the way he worded it as well. He's like, my mummy took me up to the...
And that is where I got diagnosed with donkey brain.
No, they all called me Donkey Brain, so
Yeah.
they took me there. But then I got my mummy to take me up here and prove that I was not Donkey Brain. And
Yeah.
I got this
Oh, yeah.
certificate. It's Exhibit A. And they're like, what is that? There's an
And it
official
is
document?
Official document to say Frank Reynolds does
Exonerating
not have
him of all donkey brains. Yeah.
I love this because the next part they put Dennis on.
I don't think... They don't even put him on the stand.
Do they not?
No, because they say,
They're like, do you have
such a certificate saying you are Donkey Brain? It's the way Charlie delivers it. It's so
Yeah.
good. And he's like, no, why would I have one?
Yeah.
Answer the question.
No. So you are Donkey Brain.
Yeah, like, how do we know? So if
Yeah.
by your logic, someone is reckless if they're donkey-brained enough to drive around
Yeah.
like that, then yeah. It's
Yeah.
their fault. Like, he has a certificate proving he isn't donkey-brained.
So,
You don't.
Yeah.
How do we not know you're a donkey-brained man?
Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so stupid. But yeah. I wrote Rebuttal of Donkey Brain Defense because I think that's the title that comes up.
Yeah.
Rebuttal of Donkey is really funny. But this is when I think they give Frank wine, and then Dennis comes up and is like, would you like a glass of wine, Frank? And then he starts drinking it and he like smacks him. And he's like, he's like, oh, my bad, Frank. I hit you while you were sitting there. I will pay for all the damages to
And
your
then that's
t-shirt.
when Frank's like, oh no, it's fine.
No, before that though, Charlie's like, oh, now you explain it like that. Yeah, I get it. Like, move me
then
over.
he moves him over. But then Frank's like, well, no, I knew the moment
Mac brings it up.
Is it Mac?
Yeah.
Like, they say about the moment that I had the wine in my hand, I accept the responsibility.
He
of
assumed
any
all
spillages.
responsibility of any spillages. And then Frank's like, yeah, I knew the risk.
I knew the risk when I was on it.
And then Charlie's like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, okay.
Yeah, then he moves back over again like, okay.
Then he's like, this is ridiculous. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Mac made a good point. He's, you know.
Yeah.
So now Dee brings Mac up to the stand.
Yeah.
And Dee's like, so your opinion holds a lot of weight around here. And Mac's like, yeah, I'm like the tastemaker. Yeah. Everyone believes.
And she's like, what is your
I think Charlie says something like he has good opinion and he's an even better bailiff. Yeah. And Mac, I like Mac's little. He's like a little.
But then Dee turns around and goes, Mac, what is your opinion on evolution?
No, it's you're right, but it's more like so earlier on, if you two agree on each other so much and you believe in him so much and his character, how comes you disagree about the matter on mutants and genetic evolution or whatever? It's like, oh no, I don't believe that. That was just a comic book thing. That's not real life. I don't believe that. And she's like, what? Well, no, earlier you were like, no, that was just a comic book thing. Yeah. And I think that's when Charlie's like, yeah, see, like he's And then Dennis is like,
what's your opinion on evolution?
No, he doesn't even say that. He's like, why don't you think it's possible?
Yeah.
I was like,
because evolution isn't real.
Because evolution doesn't exist, of course.
Yeah.
I like Charlie's like.
Yeah.
and they all like disagree with it. Oh, it's so funny. I love this episode as well. Has so many good sound effects things. Yeah. It's like the boom. It's so funny.
Because then it cuts, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if it cuts.
Mac walks back in with another board.
Not quite yet. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure he does.
No, it takes a while because I think he's like, I need to make myself believable in your eyes. Oh no, Frank takes him off into the office.
Yeah.
Before that though, because they're talking about their connection. Oh, maybe this is after actually. Yeah, no. So they take him in. Frank takes him into the office. Like, you got to stop this. Like, Charlie's like this evolution nonsense. Yeah. And even Max at this point is like, oh, what do you mean? What did I do? He's like, you got to make yourself credible in Charlie's eyes again because we know Dee's going to stick with Dennis no matter what. So and he's like, okay, just give me 15 minutes.
Yeah, 3 hours later.
Yeah. He's like, I've got to make myself credible in your eyes again because, you know, it means a lot to me. And then he's like, I created this, the evolution meter or whatever it is.
And then he goes on to describe how evolution...
Before that, though, they're all like, oh my god, this took you that long? And they're like, so now I will put you on the fence because I know you're going to... And they all move over to evolution because they got God Almighty and evolution.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well... It's like, you guys are trying to assassinate my character. These liberals are trying to snipe my character, and I'm American. That's an un-American, and I'm American as they get. Rock, flag, and eagle, right, Charlie? Which is a reference to. Do you remember ages ago when I can't remember who it was, but Charlie went on a little sing-song. It was kick some butt, gonna drive some trucks, rock, flag, and eagle. It's a reference to that. But now he brings out.
The evolution board.
Science is a liar sometimes, which is another board. He had two.
Yeah.
So back in the day, the world's smartest people, there was Galileo, I think is the first one.
There was one that was like...
He thought the Earth
stood still. And
it was the centre of the universe.
Yeah.
So everything
rotated. And then, that's been proven wrong.
I think Galileo then came along to prove that he was an idiot. Thus making him a bitch. But then, I can't remember what Galileo thought. What was he thought?
Was it like the Earth was flat? I don't know if they did say that.
Possibly something like that, yeah. Obviously, he was proven wrong, making him a bitch. It's like, and then Isaac Newton came along.
Was that the gravity?
He was thought to be the smartest man. He discovered gravity, but then he died eating mercury. I like how when he says this, it cuts to Charlie, and he's like, I swear, like, is that face like Charlie's tried eating mercury? I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
But his face throughout this is so good. Thus making him a bitch. It's so good. It's so funny. It's like,
but it's got quite a good point that
because Dennis's point is
at this moment that evolution is what people believe.
The world's smartest people right now
believe it, but in a few years
researched and wrote books and volumes of data about it.
In a few years, it could be proven wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
So he has quite a good point, really. You know? Actually,
he's like, so what makes the words written by my I don't know. But what makes it written by them any different from yours? He's like, well, there's data. Like, there's tons of data. There's fossil records. Yeah. And Mac's like, fossil records, yeah. Now tell me, have you seen these fossil records and data? And he's like, what do you mean? Have you pored over the data yourself? It's like, well, no, but it's proof. There's so much. It's like, okay, so you're just believing these words, based on, dare I say it, a leap of faith. It's so good. Yeah. It's such a good argument.
I like how they're all then just there, like.
They're all like looking at him like, what?
Don't they all move onto the fence?
I think it's because then Dennis kind of goes, well. Like, he can't, like, like, disprove it. Yeah. And they're like, oh my god, he's like, they were like, I can't believe you're going on the fence. What do you mean? He's like, well, is a reasonable, what is it? Proof of doubt or something? Reason of doubt or something like that? Yeah. And they all move to the fence. Yeah. I like how after he said have you poured over there, he's like, I rest my case. It's so good. He said something about, like the gravity thing. He came along and proved gravity was a thing and blew everyone's nips off. I really like that line. Yeah. Oh, and I wrote Charlie Mercury here because of his face as well. Because I was like, it's definitely he must have tried.
Yeah. Charlie Mercury?
Because you know what Charlie's like.
But then they decide.
Dennis is like freaking out, and then it cuts. To Dennis is like, what are we doing? Why are we even talking about evolution? This is like so far from the point. Yeah. What is going on? Like, and then Charlie's like, well, when you start attacking Mac's character, that's how we got here. Like, so yeah. But then I think this is where it comes up with Dee talking about like they all moved their things again. Yeah. So Dee moves over to Dennis. Charlie's with Frank, and then Mac's like, I'm actually on the fence. Yeah. And they're like, oh god damn it, we're nowhere with this. No. And like Dennis is like, why do you even care about this to Dee? And do you remember what she says?
Oh, because of the amount of cars that
you have wrecked every car I've ever owned. Yeah. What? Well, no, first of all she's like, why do you think I care? Like, why do you think I would care about someone's car being damaged? And they're all like,
I don't know.
What? I don't know. What are you talking about? And it's like, you've damaged every car I've ever owned. And they're like, are you making that up right now? Yeah. Like, no. Frank's like, that doesn't ring any bells. And she's like, you sons of bitches. They're so awful. Yeah. It's funny though.
But then we go out.
Yeah, so Charlie's like, well, if anything we've proven is that like reading over text or talking about it theoretically, it doesn't prove anything. Seeing is believing. Yes. We need to take this to the streets. So they go out. Yep. So if Dennis can drive without spilling a drop, Frank has to pay. Yeah. If Frank can drive safely with Charlie giving him directions, he's free to drive with Charlie in the car. All right, go. And then they run off. Dennis and Mac's like, did he say it was a race? And Dennis like, no. Why are they running? He's like, I have no idea. It's so funny.
Life is a race.
Yeah, I love little bits like that. Like it's so silly. But yeah, it's great. Yeah. So yeah, Mac's like observing him eat. It's like, so I get to stop sign and I take a bite. Yeah. And he's like, oh wow, do you hold it with one hand and steer with the other? He's like, yeah. And then
does Mac then have cereal as well?
No, Mac talks about, he's like, you gotta oh well, not yet, but it cuts to them in the car and they're giving instructions, and then Charlie's like, all right, Dee, get me a bowl of cereal. Yeah. And Frank's like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I've got to try this thing out. We've got to check it out, see what the benefits of it. So they're both eating cereal, them two. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, go left. And he's like, what? Go where? Left. And then Dee's like, right. Like, as in, yes. Yeah. And he's like, what, go right? Go left? He's like, no. And they're like, stop talking, Dean, goddammit. Stop giving me a straight. And they're all like arguing. Yeah. And that's when it cuts back to Dennis's car.
Yeah, eating the cereal.
Yeah, and Mac's like, you gotta give it to me. I persuaded you a bit on evolution, right? Crash.
God damn it.
And they're like, this proves it. It was Dee's fault. Dee was like interfering, like confusing
Dee can
Frank.
Pay the damages.
I was like, that's it. We all seen it. Like, Dee can pay for the damages. And she's like, no, don't you do this. God damn it. God damn it. We'll have another trial. It's like, no, they can't have a trial for everyone.
Yeah.
There we go.
It was a really funny episode.
It was great. Yeah, it's really good. I'm surprised how much you remembered. Like,
it's a nice change sometimes when you've just got them.
Yes,
And
yeah, I
there's
like.
nobody else, like...
Yeah, the self-contained episodes of them are really great
Apart
as
from
well.
the guy at the bar.
Yeah, yes, there's that part as well. There's a guy at the bar the whole time, which you even mentioned.
Yeah, I was like...
And then right near the end of the trial, it's like, all right, guys, see you later. And they're like,
bye.
Bye, thanks. They're doing this whole crazy trial. Yeah, that's literally the only other person.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I like the difference. Well, I like how they mix it up. So this one's mostly them, and they're crazy shouting over each other and doing nonsense, like with Charlie McDennis was similar.
Yeah.
But then I love when they're put in situations with like with real life people, where their crazy goes into real life people is even better as well. Like with the waiter, with the psychiatrist, like all sorts of things. Like but also I love it when they then drag down the side characters we know and love, because they just get screwed over and whatnot. But yeah, there we go. That was a great episode. Great end to the season. Really like it. Season 8 is done.
Yeah.
There we go. What did you think of season 8?
It was really good.
I think, see, I always remember season 7 as one of my favourites, and then going to this, I'm like, actually, this is so good as well. Someone did a graph of all comedy, like a lot of comedy shows, right? And it was like color coded, like had all the seasons. It was color coded by the rating on IMDb. And like Simpsons had quite a lot of blue at the beginning, and then it goes all red, where it's really not as good rated. And then Always Sunny, like solid blue for a good 10 seasons or 12 seasons, and then lighter blue, which is still really good. It's there's a couple shows like that on there. I think even Friends was like that on there. It's quite highly rated. But then other shows you have drop-offs. This hasn't had it yet. Yeah. But yeah, the season's great. We have Pop Pop, the final solution.
Yes.
A lot of payoffs to season 1 stuff.
Yeah.
Or early season stuff at least. So Pop Pop was season 1.
Yep. With a lovely soup.
Yep, the soup was so good. We had the lawyer.
Yeah.
I love the cut to him slurping the soup, and they're all like, what are you doing? It's like, well, you guys will take so long to decide. I made a decision. And then it comes to Mac doing it as well.
The gang recycles their trash.
But no, Pop Pop, I've got to say, it's one of the hardest I've laughed.
Yeah.
Because it cut to Frank head first in that trunk. It was so funny.
Really tickled you.
It was so good. Discovering that Dee and Dennis went to a little Nazi camp.
Yes.
That was lovely.
Yep.
And they had an original Hitler all along that Charlie painted over.
Yep.
The gang recycles their trash, one I had never seen until now. Really good. It took a lot of the jokes they had before and reused them, but in a very clever way, which I really liked, because a lot of shows can reuse their things, which is the whole point of this episode, the title, the concept, but they did it so well.
Yeah.
Obviously Martina Martinez is what got it taken down. But some really great lines. They're back on the back of that limo and the bugs in his teeth. The Maureen Ponderosa Wedding Massacre.
That was a great
absolutely
episode.
Crazy. New director for that one as well, Richie Keane.
Many McPoyles.
The McPoyles, the Ponderosas as well. Bill and Maureen. Dennis, what did he do? What has he done?
Who knows at this point.
We got the great reveal when he's got the moustache and he's like, they're staring at each other. He's like, who the hell is this guy?
Then
Ryan!
And then there's that bit where they walk in and I can't remember what he's doing, but it definitely looks like he's doing something else.
Oh yeah, he's apologising, grovelling to him. He's like, how are you guys doing? He's like, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But it's got one of my favourite lines as well from Liam. It's Liam, right? I always get them mixed up, but it's Liam, definitely. It was like, what did your brother Ryan think of this? Because you guys are in love or whatever. He's like, he's dead to me. Yeah, I love Jimmy Simpson. He's so good. They're him and Charlie are school friends.
Are they?
From what I read. Yeah, really cool. Also, his eye got damaged, which was in the flashes of craziness. His eye was bleeding.
Was it?
Yeah. I spoke to you about this in the thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also, we had the cameo from Del Toro.
Yes.
As Pappy
Yeah.
Pappy McPoyle.
Yeah.
In my loin! I ate the baby!
Yeah.
It's such a good episode. It's so mad. And that was another car of Dee's destroyed.
Yes, it was.
So, Charlie and Dee Find Love, one you really liked, I think, from what I recall.
The waitress.
Yeah, we had the waitress, where Charlie would do all these crazy things to help her, and he stopped.
And then Frank tried to do it.
Put rat poison in her shampoo. So hair fell out. But Charlie had a girlfriend. I can't remember her name. Do you remember the actress? I can't remember her name. No. She was from it's not Hunger Games, the other one. Maze Runner?
Yes. I can literally see her face, but
yeah. So yeah. Is it Alexandra something?
Maybe.
Yeah. Great episode. I love the bit as well where Dee's dancing and we're like, should people be watching this? And then Max just staring in. And we're like, oh, Max enjoyed it. And then he comes in and does karate.
Yeah.
And oh god, it's so good.
He kept doing that through that whole episode.
It's so good though. And the bit where he shows the tape at the end, and it just looks like yeah. It's wrestling. It's wrestling. You gotta have the right context. I was like, what context is there? But that was Charlie's horrible moment.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I always think of Charlie as the one that just gets dragged along.
Yeah, but he showed his true colours. He'd do anything for the waitress. Yeah. Madness.
And then the gang gets analysed.
Sorry, I always like the joke as well of Dennis answering the phone going, Who? Why didn't you say waitress? The gang gets analysed. Yeah. One of my favourites. I really like this episode. I really think it's a lot of fun. Self-contained in one kind of room, mostly. There is another room, but just seeing their craziness come into contact with. Yeah. We got...
and Dennis's psychopathness.
Yeah.
And Mac giving him
sociopath. Tablets. Yeah, giving him size pills.
Yep, size pills.
I like Mac's rag. He was karateing. He was like crying. He was like, and then he was what was it? Oh, I lost and gained 60 pounds within like 3 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Or 6 months, and she's like, that's impossible. He was like, well, first of all, anything's possible through God. Just to jot that down. Charlie's. Oh, if I get more skin, then I can never do a wrong thing in my life. Or I've got a lot of skin already, so maybe I've never done anything wrong. And she's like, you're not getting it. Free the pigeon. It's like,
how long have you had that pigeon for?
Well, he wasn't dead when I put him.
And
I cried, I laughed a lot at Frank's just breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
She was always smiling. That's because she had no lips.
Yeah. She died.
She thought she was an astronaut. And it's the cuts between him like, I hate you. You unzip me.
And then he's even in the
Darnie. When he's in the waiting
room as well still.
Yeah. It's like there was another twin. You and your sister devoured him.
Yeah.
Darnie. He was gonna be the good one. And then Charlie and Dennis fight and he's like, so many good lines there. So.
Chaos. And the next
and it was all about dishes.
Yeah, who was going to wash the dishes.
It's insane.
Yeah. Then the next episode, Charlie's mum has cancer. Give me money me now. Money me.
Need money. Someone put a great comment. I'm sorry I don't remember the name, but the comment in the was like I think it might be, I can block this out, but I think it was but yeah, someone put a great comment for that, and they said that translation actually means she requires monetary support. It might not mean much in the King's English, but in American, that's what it means. I was like, I totally misunderstood that whole thing.
It's funny because like sometimes we talk about doing a Patreon,
and we was like, we should just do that.
Like, that would be our little thing for our Patreon. We'd be like, me need money me now.
Yeah, it's great. But turns out Charlie's mum was lying the whole time.
Oh yeah,
Learned
we got
it from Charlie.
Dr.
Jinx.
Dr. Jinx.
Yeah.
Didn't you quote that one day as well? When like I had something, you're like, you need to go to Dr. Jinx about that. I can't remember what it was, and I was
I think you hurt your arm or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
You're like, do you need some weed killer on that?
Yeah. It's great. That's a good episode. And Charlie's just one of my favourite moments is that was when they bring the donation figure out and Charlie's like smacking it away. It's so funny. Yeah. And so, like someone said, a really good cut to the title in that, where it pans over to Mac's mum and she's smoking and she's like, it's one of those freak things. Yeah. There's something else in that episode I really liked. Can't remember what it was. It was all great. We had Artemis in that as well. Yeah. Back to the gang gets analysed. Sorry. The other day, so my dad put a fence up, and he's like, "What do you think of it?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, it was a really good job, innit?" And it reminded me of Dee going, "I'm good. Tell me I'm good.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm good." That's what he kept doing to me. I was like, "Yes, it's amazing. It's a great fence." And he's like, "Yeah,
it's standing upright, and it's wooden, and it's in the area it needs to be."
It literally reminded me of that. It's so funny. We have Frank's back in business. Not my favourite of the season, but rewatching it, there's some really good moments in it. Actually, I liked all about them wearing another man's skin. Brian Lefebvre, don't you want to get off with me? And Mac's like, I don't. Yeah, sure.
God, that scene as well with the.
Are you going to bang a tiny Asian boy?
Exactly what scene I was talking about.
No, it's the best bit is when they come around the corner and the guy's like, oh, I didn't know there'd be two of you, but I can handle it. It might hurt a bit, but there you go. And Mac's like, okay, I'm out of here. And then Dennis is like, you got to know your limit and like to push it. It's like, this is my limit. I'm done. So funny. Yeah. I do think their part of the story was better than the Frank and Charlie, but the Frank and Charlie bit was good as well. And we have fight milk. By bodyguards for bodyguards, or for bodyguards by bodyguards. Yeah.
Was it last season where the psychic?
No, so we kind of moved ahead too fast. That was in Charlie's Mum Has Cancer, so I really like that side story.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, that was actually really good because the whole Frank being senile thing. Yeah. It's like, how many shoes have you lost? And then
because he
and she gives him the money, and then he's like. Like stares into the distance.
And she's like, "Oh, you're gonna give me that money?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." He gives him more money. Then we find out. But then we find out he
scammed her.
Yeah. He tricked her and the psychic to persuade her that her mum was still alive,
and they end up digging up her body.
Well, they dig up the dog's grave first, and it's got his toupee in it.
It's one of my favourite lines. It's like, we need to tell your brother Daryl. And she's like, Dennis. It's like, oh, Dennis, God damn it, Frank, you're losing it. It's so good. And we got the side character of the Juarez, Mr. Juarez, I think his name was. From the Extreme Makeover episode, which is crazy.
Because I think in this episode as well, it's got this whole thing of like Charlie's going through the stuff with his mum, but Dennis is just emotionless about it all.
Yeah, it's so awful.
And then he's just got no emotion the whole way through. And then it gets to the point of them digging up their mum's
coffin,
and they open it to reveal the mummy, and money.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, mummy!
Mummy's a skeleton.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Score one for the old people.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to my shoes? So good. Yeah, it's some great episodes. Frank's back in business. Charlie and Frank kind of work together, and it's not as good as the other story, but Charlie Rules the World. Another one which I think Charlie Rules the World and Frank's Back in Business are two of my least favourite in this season. Mm-hmm. They have their moments, and I don't say they're bad. Yeah. I still think they're good, but
when they discover gaming.
Yes, they're playing an online game. Well, they're watching the Real Housewives of whatever.
Yeah.
And then Dennis is like, these aren't real women. This is a real woman. And Diesel like dishevelled.
And she needs to go and do some errands.
Charlie looks awful as well because he's doing the TV.
Yeah, because but she needs Charlie to look after her kingdom.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get invaded.
So Charlie and Dee kind of work together, and then it's a strange episode, but I liked it. It's interesting. It has some great lines as well.
Charlie and Dee get married in their little world, and they're like king and queen.
I like the line of
kingdom and
the line of Matt going, "You banged her," and he's like, "Online." Well, he's like, "Ew, you banged her." It's funny because they're married.
Oh no, because they're next to each other as well, aren't they, on the sofa? And he's like, "We need to consummate this marriage."
Do you want me to hard or slow or little circles? Like, just push the button. It's like, was that good for you?
Yeah. I like it because they've turned into like a Real Housewives situation because you've got Charlie then taking over the kingdom and running everything, doing the deals with everyone.
He was awful to that other player as well. She just wanted to meet someone else friendly from the thing, got him a sandwich and everything. He got a box of spiders. Yeah. And then
took over her kingdom.
Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah. But I like how Dennis, Dee's going into the room like, "Oh, can I? And then I just want this. Yes, you can have whatever you want. I'll get you a
if we're talking, coat. I'm not playing the game." Yeah. But Dennis had his own story of that where he went off into a sensory deprivation tank, and he had British Dennis.
Yes.
Oh, I love the clip because obviously he's talking about the real world and stuff. I love the clip of they're all watching one of his sex tapes and they have to fast forward through it because the payoff to he takes too long. Yeah. But we get the clip of him pushing the woman down. Yeah. And then the English.
He does it,
And he's got a good British accent. But then when he comes in, he's like, "All right, that's gone on long enough."
Yeah. Because Matt gets involved and does a really like bodybuilder thing, but he's useless at playing the game, so he's not getting anywhere. And then it turns out there's going to be a face-to-face meet that Frank.
Yeah, they have a big meet. Yeah. No, it's interesting, but he deletes all their accounts. He's like, sometimes we can just end. Yeah. But not my favourite episode, but the next two. The Gang Dines Out is one of my all-time favourite episodes. It's so good. Gugino's restaurant, which I found out isn't actually a restaurant. It's a set.
Yeah.
It was a set, but it's really interesting because we've seen it before. We've definitely seen it before. It's the same place. But yeah, Dennis and Mac are having their monthly dinner.
Yeah.
Then Charlie and Frank turn up for their anniversary of living together. And then Dee's just there. But it's the whole, And we get a recurring actor, but not character, in the waiter. Yeah, it's a really great episode. They all don't want to talk to each other. They'll come over and pay us tribute.
Yeah,
and they all try and one up each other by one glass. Yeah, buy them a bottle, the most expensive.
Congratulated the guy. Singing a song. My
favourite part is when Dee calls over a random guy and he's like, me? I'm in danger, you need help. It's like, oh my god, what's happening? And then the waiter comes up, this woman's in danger. She's like, oh no, it's fine. What do you want? What are we getting? Yeah. It's like, what are you talking? I don't have time for this.
And then when she ties up the waiter's shoes at the end, so he trips over.
I really like the speech as well, like Dennis does, and Mac did not get it.
That it was about him.
That's what I was quoting with my reply. It's like, oh, I did not get that at all. It's about me. It's such a good episode. Yeah, and the waiter falls, because they mentioned the spaghetti earlier.
Because they go to fight each other, don't they?
Yeah, they're all like, I'm going to clip his balls with this lobster claw.
Because the waiter's like, what are you doing?
And then spaghetti.
They're like, wait, who tied his shoelaces? And that's when Dee's like, oops. And I went, you were here the whole time.
So it's a great episode. It's like I said, this is one of those episodes where you take the gang and put them in a real life place, and it just
cause chaos.
Because like none of the people in the gang are the straight man. That's what's a comedy term is. The straight man is someone who is serious. They're normal. They know how the world works. None of the gang are that. So you put them in a real life situation.
Yeah, they can't.
The waiter is the straight man. It's like, Oh, the bit where she's like, he asks for the chair. It's like, okay, don't make a scene of it. It's so good. And then Reynolds vs. Reynolds, which we just spoke about. Really great episode.
Yeah.
Opposite of the last one, where it's just the gang.
Yeah.
But their craziness can overlap and cause chaos. And great season. Yeah. Season 8 of the show.
Yes.
And it's so good.
I can't even remember which episode I laughed out loud in.
I think it was Charlie and Dee Find Love.
Maybe.
I think. Yeah, so. Yeah, but there we go. You got a favourite? Is that the one?
I don't know. I think I love the Maureen Ponderosa's Wedding Massacre.
It is crazy.
I think it's just because it's the McPoyles. Yeah. And we so rarely get the McPoyles.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what makes them a treat, though. That's what's so good about them, so. I don't know if I can decide, to be honest. I like that. I love I like them all, but I like the Gang Gets Analysed and the Gang Dines Out a lot.
Yeah.
And the Serial Defense is good, but great season. Yeah. We'll be back next on the channel with one of the longer series. I don't know where we're at. I cannot tell you. But one of the longer series.
Yeah.
And then after that will be the Season 8 bloopers. So look forward to that. But then we'll be on to Season 9.
Whoa!
Yeah, which has 10 episodes.
Yes.
So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see. Oh, they just announced as well, by the way, that they finished filming Season 16.
No
so by the time we finish Season 15, we might be watching Season 16.
No.
Who knows?
All depends as well how they release it, doesn't it?
I think they usually release it weekly. So.
But no, because we're in the UK.
Oh, it takes a little while.
Yeah,
but
we
Season
might be
15,
a bit delayed.
Season 15 came on Netflix a little bit after it aired, I think. So. Yeah, but there we go.
Might be a bit delayed compared to the US.
Who knows? We'll see. But I think once we finish Always Sunny, we'll be watching a different comedy show. But as soon as Season 16 is available, we'll switch to that and then go back to, Sunny takes priority.
Yes.
There we go. Thank you very much for watching. We shall see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.